But basically, long story short, 700K a month. And last November, they made 3.3 million.
I think, Manuel, you just gave a masterclass here in marketing, not only on Facebook ads.
What's up, my friends? Welcome to another YouTube video. A couple of weeks ago, I was in a podcast, the e-commerce coffee break podcast, with my good friend Klaus. And we had a super interesting conversation about Facebook ads, the past and the future of the platform. I revealed some of my biggest case studies, of course, without mentioning the name, but like the numbers and years I've been working with different brands and stuff like this. So yeah, and I shared a few things that I don't usually share on my YouTube videos. So pretty nice stuff. In this YouTube video, you're gonna have a few clips from the podcast. And then at the end, I'm gonna tell you exactly how to watch the full thing. So let's go.
Now, you have worked with hundreds of brands by now. Can you share some success stories or studies? You don't need to name the brand on what kind of impact you have created.
I would say my biggest case study, which is a client that I still run the ads for, is this was a fashion brand. And I started working with them in April of 2021. At the time, they were at 700K a month, more or less, March of 21. And spending 150 or 200K on Facebook ads specifically. So it was a good story because the guy that kind of connected me with the client and recommended that was like, hey, Manel, basically he said in Spanish, do you have the balls to manage a 200K budget per month? I was like, I mean, of course, yes. But on the inside, you're like 200K a month. What am I going to do with this? And of course, when you onboard the client and they give you access to the ad account and you see the monster of an ad account that's, I think 2021, everybody was duplicating a lot. Mm-hmm. And if you're duplicating a lot and you're spending 200K a month, that means you're really duplicating a lot. And so it took me like a month or two to get used to the ad account. But basically, long story short, 700K a month. And last November, they made 3.3 million. So that was in, 3 years and a few months. So that's, I guess, my biggest case study. Then the other one from a, let's say, smaller perspective, I onboarded another client. I gave a conference in July of 22 in Barcelona, and they come to the conference, to the event. Onboarded in July of 22, and then last December they made 40K in the US. They were making 40K a month, and last December they made 700K, 721 or something like this. So of course, I'm not going to attribute all that success to myself. They've done a crazy job in product, email, organic, but Facebook has done a lot of heavy lifting, being the platform where they are investing most of the money. And if I had to highlight what I've done with them successfully, and I'm not going to highlight like just one strategy we did last month. These things usually are like, you look at growth year over year as a brand, and what they care is like,
give me just as an intro a bit of the idea of where we're moving to with Meta ads and what has changed in the last, let's say, 12 months.
Yeah. So I mean, last 12 months, it's been just an introduction of more AI, more automations. So beginning of 2023, we had the end of 22, it was in the US. Beginning of 23, it was in Europe, that they released these Advantage Plus new formats. And over the last 2 years, they've been pushing more like Advantage Plus Creative, Advantage Plus Audience, and stuff like this, which at the end of the day is just Meta just taking control of the media buying aspect and just pushing you to put more attention into the creatives, the messaging, the angles, the landing pages, etc. So the direction is just more AI, more automation, and less manual work, which is good and bad at the same time.
As we're talking about more ad creative, different formats and ads, how do you find winners and how do you improve them?
Yeah. As everything, it depends, right? So the first thing is the industry we're in. And there's a simple example that I always put is when I take on a new client, or I'm like consulting anyone or just giving advice, you want to first figure out how do people buy that product offline. So and then you will know the type of ad creative you want to run. To give you an example, if you go buy in Massimo Dutti and you want to buy fashion, like clothes, you go in the store. Usually, at least my behavior is, I go in the store and I want to see a lot of options, a lot of different pieces of clothing. I don't want the guy in the store to talk to me. It's like, hey, do you need any help? No, just don't talk to me. I'm just checking. And when you're buying, you're like, this thing, no, 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 no. Oh yeah. And then you pick it and you go and buy it. Pretty easy. Think about when you let's say you have acne and you go to one of these cosmetic stores. It's completely different. The girl comes to me as an advisor, and I'm like, hey, please look, I've got this type of skin and I've got a lot of acne. It's kind of like a doctor, right? And you're asking for advice, and what do you think about this cream, but for my specific skin type? Okay, so it's a lot of questions. Now, when we move that into the ad creatives on Facebook ads, for fashion, we would have a carousel. So it's a simple carousel with white background and the product in the center, which could be, for example, a dynamic catalog ad, dynamic carousel. People just scroll 20 images until they find what they like. When they find it, they just click it. There's not much to sell because fashion is a commodity. Now, when it's cosmetics, you're going to need probably some type of UGC. If the UGC content is made by somebody that looks like a doctor or a dermatologist, more credible. And then I'm going to click because the product looks like it offers a real solution. I can trust it and I can put this chemical thing in my skin. Okay, I'm going to click on the ad. So that analogy just gives you like a quick start into what type of ad creative am I going to run for each specific industry. And then what I would say to people is the very first thing you need to figure out before the ad creative format, like video, image, type of image with headline, with product, without product, whatever, is the angle, is the messaging, is what resonates with people. Like if I put let's say I'm selling, I don't know, a sleep supplement, and if I'm selling this sleep supplement, does it resonate when I sell to people the idea of deep sleep? Or does it resonate when I sell to people the idea of if you sleep very well, you will be more beautiful because we produce collagen when we're sleeping, and deep sleep produces more collagen, so you'll have better skin. These are two completely different angles when I'm selling different things. One is purely sleep for more energy. The other one is sleep to become more attractive, which is ingrained in what we really want. So that will be angle testing. What resonates with people with the product that I'm selling? Because the product is just the vehicle. But what is the end result they're looking for? I don't know. So let's go to the market, see what type of what type of message has high CTR, which basically is the message that people want to stop consuming dopamine and go to see what you have to offer. And maybe just the idea of sleeping is not going to move them from the high dopamine, but the idea of looking more attractive might make them pause, right? So there you have your winning angle. And after that, we can worry about, is it UGC video? Is it an image? Is it a split screen image where on the left, I've got somebody sleeping with amazing skin, and on the right, I've got a picture of the product? I don't know. Then I will open a format testing project with the client. And right after that, we will jump into the funnel. So we could do a listicle. 5 reasons why deep sleep will improve collagen production. Amazing. I want to read that. And then at the end, you sell me the product with a limited time offer. You see how it kind of makes sense that we have like a process to figure things out. In the past, we didn't need this. This is like throw a bunch of creatives. And my winning audience is the sleep audience. But nowadays, it's just broad targeting, Advantage Plus, whatever. Launch a lot of things, see the CTR, see what sticks with people, and go push that. So it's more about sales than just using a machine, a platform.
I think, Manuel, you just gave a masterclass here in marketing, not only on Facebook ads, because something that I see quite often is people try to sell features and benefits, but that's not what they're looking for. They're looking for an outcome. And what you just mentioned here is a perfect example on how you create a campaign, any marketing campaign, for an outcome. I want to sleep better, so I look better. And I think that's the outcome. So that's what you need to keep in mind. So for our listeners, rewind the whole episode, listen to this more than once, because there's so much golden nuggets in here. Now, I want to dive a little bit into the whole AI part of it. You mentioned Advantage Plus, everything that's coming.
All right. Thanks for watching. Now, if you want to watch the whole thing, down below in the description, you're going to have the URL to go to the full YouTube video on the podcast channel. You're going to have, I think, Apple Podcast and Spotify. Just check it out, whatever is more convenient to you. If you want to listen to this on the gym, on the way back home, whatever. You've got it in the description of the video down below. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'm sure you're gonna love the full thing. Enjoy, and I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.